95% of aspiring developers are quitting in their first year. So this saddens me to a level that I cannot even explain, because there are so many people that I see on LinkedIn, on Reddit, in the YouTube comments, and they seem like they have given up, but for some reason they are still clinging to this career in tech, but they are not progressing any further. If you are that person, or if you are a new developer and you want to make sure that this career is going to work out, this career change is going to work out for you, then pay attention to this video, because I have made plenty of mistakes trying to learn how to code, trying to change careers and whatnot. And I also worked with a gazillion of aspiring developers just like you, and I saw them making mistakes after mistakes and after mistakes, and I also helped them fix those mistakes before they became, incurable. So the reason why most aspiring developers are quitting before the 1 year mark is because they are setting expectations that are too high for their level. So the way I want to explain to you this is through an analogy. So imagine an obese person, like extremely obese, I don't know, 300 pounds, 150 kilos, like that person cannot even move from the bed without being lifted by a crane. Okay, so they are morbidly obese. Now imagine telling that person that in 1 year they have to be able to run a marathon. Now you might say it's impossible, and the obese person might try, and then after like a week or two of like trying to get up from the bed and whatnot, they end up quitting. Why? Because the challenge was too high. Instead, what the obese person should do is set different goals. Like the first goal is I want to be able to wake up from my bed without losing my breath. Then I want to be able to walk to the stairs without losing my breath. Then I want to be able to walk a mile. Then I want to be able to walk 5 miles. Then I want to be able to, I don't know, walk the stairs, climb up the stairs. So the reason why I'm telling you about this analogy is because most people are obese in their brain. And the problem with that is that we cannot grade this obesity. Like you can look at someone and say, oh, you're obese, because we can put them on the scale. But how do you put someone's mind, someone's brain on a scale? It's pretty much impossible. So then when you're trying to make this career change from, accountant, let's say, or I don't know, McDonald's employee or barista or whatever, there is a reason why you've been stuck there for 5, for 10, for 15, for 20 years, for 30 years. There is a reason why. It's because you probably are obese in your head, and then you need to realize that if you set the challenge to become a developer in 1 year or less, and if you do not accomplish that, then it's like you being the obese person trying to run a marathon in less than a year. It's not possible. Okay, so the reason why most people quit in under a year, or they still cling to this career change but they don't do what's required, is because they do not know what their true level of competency is. Okay, and then if you realize that you might be obese in your brain, that's like a huge milestone. Okay, because it's better to swallow your ego than to say, no, I'm good and the industry is bad and the industry is mean and blah, blah, blah. It's easy to blame someone else but yourself. And I'm gonna tell you about myself, a little story about myself. I didn't have this problem with learning how to code necessarily, but I had this problem with growing my business, this YouTube channel, right? Because this is part of my business. I don't wanna be like, oh, I don't need a YouTube channel. I need it, yeah. So, for the first, I don't know, 2 years of posting videos on YouTube, I barely got, I don't know, 300 subscribers or something like that. You can look up the stats and you can see. And I was blaming, the algorithm. I was blaming the people that are not clicking on the videos because they want to get quick dopamine or whatever. Like I was blaming everyone else. But I just didn't know that I was obese in my head, and I just couldn't understand that if I want to be good on YouTube, I have to learn how to speak, I have to learn how to structure a video, I have to learn how to make a thumbnail. And if I don't know how to do those, I have to pay someone else to do it for me. And then once I did that, my YouTube channel started to skyrocket. You can see how there's I think an app called vidIQ or something like that that shows you the trends of a channel over time. You'll see that there is a spike when I said, okay, I'm gonna pay a guy, and then I went from 300 or 500 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers like in 2 weeks, and then from there I started to climb slowly but surely 300, 500 subscribers per month. But the point is that I was obese in my head. I didn't know what I was doing, and I see, like people going to like a coding bootcamp or doing some sort of course, like self-taught course and whatnot, and they put in like 3 months of effort into this, and probably for them it's really hard, right? But then after those 3 months, they start applying to jobs, they start networking, they start, putting their portfolio together, and they are getting nowhere, okay? And then they start blaming the industry, they start blaming everyone else, but they don't realize they have to keep coding, okay? This is such an important thing. Like, if you want to be a coder, you have to code. If you want to become a piano player, you have to play piano. If you want to be a racing driver, you need to be in the simulator every single day. There's no way around it. And it's a skill that you have to learn, like doing the work that you're supposed to be doing. And if you do not have the time to do this, but you still want this career, you have to make the time. I'm pretty sure there is 1 hour in your day where you can pull up right now your phone and you can look at your screen time, and you'll see Instagram 2 hours, you'll see YouTube 5 hours, you'll see Twitter 1 hour. There is time that you can carve out from your day where you can focus 1 hour to write some code, to build a feature in your app. I know there are other things that you want to be doing. I know you want to be spending time with your family. I know you want to watch a Netflix show. I know you want to play a video game. I totally understand that. But there should be a point where you say, okay, I'll sacrifice a few things here and there to be able to double my salary. I was looking yesterday on Indeed, and I think the average accountant makes $60,000 a year, while the average front-end developer makes $113,000 a year. That's, I don't know, like roughly $50,000 extra, give or take. Would you trade 1 hour of your day to learn coding to be able to make an extra $50,000 a year? That's like, I don't know, $50,000 a year divided by 12. That's like $3,000, $4,000 extra in your bank account. Would you like to have an extra $4,000 in your bank account just because you are trading, 1 hour of your time? And on top of that, you can work from home, right? You don't need to travel anywhere. You reduce your expenses. You'll be able to eat healthier because you don't need to get some bullshit takeaway. You can actually start cooking, meal prepping. You can get in shape. You can work out at home. You can build a home gym. You'll become like, you'll have finally the skill, the time, and the money to start developing yourself. But in order for you to be able to get there, you need to sacrifice a little bit in the beginning. And it's not that hard. That time is going to pass anyway. Let's say you're 30 right now and you're giving up. In 5 years, you'll be 35. But if you do not give up and you just carve out that 1 hour every single day, now you'll be 35 years old with a $120,000, $150,000, $180,000 a year job. So time is going to pass. The question is, what are you going to do with that time? And I don't want to be the guy that preaches at you, but that's what I've done for myself. Like, I knew that learning how to code is my ticket to freedom, to financial freedom, to financial independence. So I have sacrificed everything. Maybe you cannot sacrifice everything, but sacrifice something. Otherwise, you'll become that, I don't want to call them like, I don't want to put any negative labels on them, but I call them LinkedIn zombies. So a LinkedIn zombie is someone who finished a bootcamp or is like a self-taught developer, and they stop developing their skills and they are all the time chronically online on LinkedIn, commenting on posts. They are sharing, a new recipe they found because they want to like show people that they are human and whatever. They are making posts about the new way of writing a variable in JavaScript, and like nobody cares about them, but they just they are like a shell of what they used to be because they stopped developing their skills. I can 100% guarantee to you, 150% guarantee to you that if you keep working slowly but surely on your craft, you'll get better. Okay? And you just have to think about this every day. Have I improved? Why? Or no, I haven't. Why? If you just do that, do the thing and ask yourself at the end of the day, have I improved or not, and why, and how can I be better next day? With time, you'll be getting better. And then when you get better, you'll start to get offers. When you start to get offers, you learn how to interview. You start to interview prep. Then, once that happens, you're gonna get paid, and then all this work, all this effort, all this pain that you are going through right now, which is just mental pain really, is gonna pay off. And your life is gonna change dramatically. I can 100% guarantee you that. I had the student just now, we filmed a testimonial, and he said now he gets respect, okay? Because he was doing like some BS job that anyone from the street can do. Now he's in a position where not many people can do what he does. So that makes him feel better about himself. If he feels better about himself, then he can start acting and doing other things which will improve him. Okay? And the more you work on yourself, the better you'll get. It's like the only thing that you have in this life is to improve yourself in one or another, and then taking some time off to chill, to relax, and so on and so forth. So let's make sure that you are on the right trajectory, and let's make sure that you are not going to quit in 1 year if for whatever reason you are not getting the results that you want. Keep working, keep hustling, and eventually you'll get there. So that's pretty much it.